Hi, you there? Hey! I'm going to say good morning, Vietnam! Because I've always wanted to say that. Hope everybody's well today. Thank you so much for coming. This is a wonderful day for me. I've waited a long time to open this coaching practice for writers, and I'm very excited to be here. And I'm very grateful to have friends from all over the world joining me tonight. And, well, lunchtime if you're in the US and Canada. And I don't know if you're in Oz, some of you. Anyway, tonight I'm going to be playing some songs. I'm going to be doing some games. I'm going to be doing some giveaways. I'm going to be talking a little bit about what I'm doing in my work and just generally mingling and having fun and playing around, because it's not very often you get to launch a business. Hi Ellie, hi Jane. Lovely to see your daughter. Hey. And we've got a big yay behind me. We're in a party mode here. My big yay balloon, which I managed to blow up, which is a miracle. Okay, so I wanted to tell you a little bit why I'm starting this business. Thank you, Becky. How lovely to see you. So lovely to see all of these friends around. Okay, so I was going to tell you why I started this business. A lot of you know I'm a novelist, writer myself, and I've been teaching, thank you Michael, I've been teaching writing and workshops for about 10 years, and I've also been an editor and a literary consultant. But coaching actually is the thing that made my career. So that's the reason why I wanted to become a coach. My story is that it took about 10 years for me to get my novel published. A lot of things happened in my private life, chronic illness, divorce, all sorts of bereavements that got in the way. But I also had a lot of confidence problems. Like a lot of writers, I had procrastination, and I actually put my novel Welcome to Sharonville, which then went on to almost win the Guardian First Book Award, in a drawer for 2 years, and I actually just lost all faith. But then I met a coach, and she changed my life. A writing coach. She started looking at my work in the practical sense, which is what I do with clients. I am an editor and I look at the craft issues with my clients. But she also helped me with the emotional side of it and to get really practical about how I spend my time and how I basically think about my writing, and built my confidence up to the point that I could start submitting my work. So very soon after that, I got shortlisted for Miss Lexia Novel Competition, and then I got a book deal. Whoa! So now I'm a massive kind of, hey Lorna! And I am a massive believer in writing coaching. But I obviously know I'm just a mentor. I hadn't had coaching training. So I went to work with Martha Beck in the US. So hi to my Martha Beck tribe sisters. Basically, she's a really big coach in the US, in case you've heard of her. She's friends with, hi Ali. She's friends with Oprah. She's Oprah's coach. And she's just a credible woman, really, with 3 Harvard PhDs. So something ridiculous, 3 Harvard degrees. So she's a very clever lady. So I went to learn with her, to learn how to be a coach. And then the last year I've spent preparing for tonight. And now I use the tools that Martha taught me with writers to basically help them become the writer they were born to be. So that's my mission, to get as many people being creative as possible, to get them feeling their creative joy again, and producing works that the world needs to see. So that's why I'm here tonight, and that's what I'm hoping to do. That's my mission. Hey, Catherine! So lovely to see people. But yeah, that's why I'm here. But if you've got any questions, just pop them in the comments box, and I'll answer them before we go on to spinning discs, and I go on to the next thing. And some sort of things like Bronte versus Austen, who could take who in a bar fight. That sort of thing. That's what you're expecting this evening. So, any questions? Or shall I get on with spinning discs? Yay! Hi from New York, Diana! Hey! It's lovely to see you all here. Fabulous. Any questions? No? We're a bit slow to type up. But anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. And I'm so glad you're here tonight. It's been so lovely to share it. I'm an introvert, so I hate parties generally. But I get to do this from the pleasure of my own sofa, and it's been really fun just to even go live for the first time with my friends there. So it's a nice safety net. Anybody going to ask any questions? Anybody want to know anything before I get on with the party? No. She might be. She's been locked out at the moment, actually, because I was a bit worried she'd distract me. But I know there's a lot of Moose Cat fans, so she might actually have to come on the camera later. I know the cat question would come up. Okay, yeah. Well, what forms of coaching? I do all my coaching online. Well, basically, so Skype or phone, or I can do some online as well. So you don't have to live in the UK to work with me, or in the south of England. Yeah, so you're pretty free whatever time zone you're in. I can usually work it out to be able to work with people. And I've got different packages. Some packages, there's one called Get Your Writing Mojo Back, which is just 3 or 6 sessions to just kind of literally get your mojo back if you've been away from writing for a while, or you haven't actually been, working on stuff, or you feel a bit stuck. Hey, Louisa. Yeah, so there's plain coaching, but I also do other packages. The one I'm kind of opening up in January the 1st is a book in a year. And that's basically going to be a project for people to literally do a book in a year. It's a VIP program. I'm only taking 9 mentees because it's quite intensive. And basically then you can give me 10,000 words a month, and you can talk to me once a month. So basically you can get your confidence boosted every month, and we can talk about what you're doing. But at the same time, we can deal with emotional things. If you're not writing, you'll get some accountability and support. So that's what that project is about. So if people who've got a novel they haven't finished, or hi Sue-Ann, and if you haven't got any far with your self-help project, your academic project, a screenplay, come to mama, because that's what I want to do. I want to get people finishing stuff and give them that support, because writing can be an isolating process. Hey Heidi, hi Lily. And there's Dylan as well. I've got a dog on the call. Way! We always like the canine friends. So yeah, and I also do another package called Raise Your Writing Game, which is about intensive, basically a combination of writing, teaching, and mentoring and coaching. And that's basically where somebody who is maybe new to writing wants to get very, very good at it very quickly. So they've just started writing, or they've just started a project, or someone who's really looking to get published and they really want to get better as a writer. So there's 3 different kind of options of how I work with people, and that's the way it is. I think Sue-Ann asked how I got started writing coaching. Well, yeah, I said at the beginning that I had a writing coach, and it inspired me to want to get into coaching. And then I went to work with Martha Beck, and she just blew my mind about what coaching can do. And I think my friends and my family can vouch for what coaching's done for me. I wouldn't be here tonight and doing so many things in my life without coaching. So I'm a big believer in it. I've always had a big believer in, oh, well, there's a result for you, Catherine. Sent her playoff last weekend. She's one of my clients. Thank you so much, Catherine. That's so wonderful. So this is why I do what I do, because it gets people out in the world, and hopefully one day people will see that play and I'll just be really touched by it. So fabulous. I'm so happy. Hey, Hannah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I love seeing people using their talents, people changing, people becoming more confident, more joyous. I think more than ever in the world at the moment, there's a lot of destruction, and I think creativity is something we need to focus on. It sometimes feels trivial, to be writing or doing something creative, but actually I don't think there's anything that's going to save the world apart from creativity, because without creativity we won't have sustainable energy, we won't have conflict resolution. There's all sorts of things. Every invention of this phone, me talking to you tonight, it's creativity. So I think it's the most important thing. It's a political and emotional necessity to be creative. So that's where I'm doing what I'm doing, and focusing on that area. Though, of course, when you coach, everything comes up. Oh, Layla. Hi. Pantsuit Nation buddies are here. Hey, Becky. No, I don't just work with writers who are struggling to get started. I do have a lot of newbies. I always have had a lot of newbies, because obviously I think people who are starting out seek support. But I also deal with a lot of people who are mid-career. I've had people who are on struggling with second or third books. Some people come back only to me, and they have me kind of look over their stuff and coach them before they send it into their agent or publisher. I've also had some people who've had a bit of problems with the industry and got blacklisted and had to restart their careers. And we've done that under another name. They've become a new person. So I think at any stage in your career, writing coaching can be useful to you. Because, we're kind of stuck in alone, and we live in our heads with these imaginary characters. And I think so it's kind of good sometimes to talk to a real person about it. Yeah, career advice. I do a lot with submission packages as well, things like that, because there's a lot of insider secrets in the industry that people don't honestly always know. And I think a lot of people get rejected and go through a lot of agony in the writing world, especially when they actually don't need to, if they knew a few tricks of the trade that the gatekeepers like, what agents like, what editors like to see. Could I coach for a TV sitcom? Absolutely, yeah. I absolutely could. I've worked on screenplays with people. I mean, it's any kind of writing. I've worked on it. I've had a quite extensive career now in terms of what I've edited. Hi, Lisa. I have a lot of experience with, obviously, mainly with fiction, but I've worked in non-fiction, poetry collections. I was sent a lot of poetry collections, sometimes from Ireland or other countries where they've got very close poetry communities and they need someone outside to look at the work before it goes to press. That's my job sometimes. So yeah, I mean, any kind of work. I can work with any kind of writer. Basically, if you're a blog writer, a journalist, I've worked with all sorts of people because I think we're fundamentally dealing with the same creative process and often the same creative demons. Come to me. Hey, Liz, how you doing? Lovely to see you. Any more questions? Anything else that I can answer? I'm going to have a sip of water. I'm thirsty. I'm talked out. It's kind of funny having your own TV station for a night. Anybody else want to ask me anything else before we get on? It's just so great to see you all here. Thank you so much for being so supportive to me about this. It absolutely means the world. Absolutely means the world to me. I've had a long journey to get here, and oh, see you later, Diana. Thank you so much for popping in. I really appreciate it. Oh, Lily, thank you so much. That's really nice. I forgot we coached with each other. I think that was even before I'd had my coach training. So my approach is slightly different now. I turned my yay backwards. Okay, I'll do that. There you go. There's a yay. Yay backwards. Is that better? It's because Facebook is reversing everything. Does that look better? There you go. Good top tip, Catherine. The television eye. No, I'm really grateful for all the people as well who've been my clients over the years who popped in tonight. It's just... That's why I do my work. When I get my testimonials through, or I hear things like Catherine or Lily, what people have done, that's the thing that gives me real joy. Whoop! I'm really lucky that I get to do this wonderful thing which helps people. I mean, they've proven psychologically and through neuroscience that helping people is the thing that makes humans happiest. And it's absolutely true for me. I'm so lucky that I get to do what I get to do. And it's every time I coach someone, I come out of it learning something from them. So it's always a two-way street, and I'm really blessed to do that for my job. So I'm so grateful that you've all come out to support me. And it's a new chapter for me. Nice little linguistic metaphor, but it's a new chapter for me tonight, and I'm so glad to have you here with me to celebrate it. And I'll come back on before the end of the session as well at 8 o'clock. I'll come back in and join you, but I'll be here the whole time chatting away, so doing things. So anything else you want to ask me, Becky? Is there anything I can help you? Becky's actually going to be featured on my blog soon, folks, on the Book Diner interviews. She's one of the authors I'm interviewing. I've got a new series starting. I've got Sage Cohen, who's a poet and writing expert, on there at the moment. I'm going to share about that tomorrow, as well as Bethany Pope, who's an amazing poet. and a rape survivor. She's an incredible woman. I'm so fortunate that I know so many writers and so many inspiring people with such great strength. So look forward to seeing Becky's stuff soon on my blog and in my newsletter. If you want to sign up for it, you can go for the newsletter. It's called Creative Hope. I thought we need hope in this day and age. So basically, oh, Heidi, yeah, definitely. I'd love to meet you, lady. I'll have to come up to London and meet you. Yeah, Creative Hope is my newsletter, and it's going to come up every fortnight, and I'm going to feature some of the best things from the blog, hopefully, and the interviews and creative writing tips and just lots of different things. It's going to be more like an e-zine than anything else. Yeah, because I think hope is the thing we need at the moment, an injection in our culture we all need. So that Creative Hope is going to be my little contribution to that. So you can sign up to that and get a free workbook, the Hectic Writer's Handy Workbook, which I put together exactly for hectic writers. So people, I want people to be productive and inspired even if life gets crazy. And I know about life getting crazy. So that's a 50-page workbook you can print off, make your own. And we've actually got a group on here, Hectic Writers. We're forming a community so we can all support each other and keep going. So there's going to be a lot happening from now on, hopefully. Hi, Susan. Hey, baby. How are you? My heroine coach, Susan Hyatt. Hey, baby. So yes, there's a lot going on. So please join in all these things, join the community, join the Hectic Writers community, and, join the email thing, get the Hectic Writers workbook and do it. I want people to be inspired to follow their dreams. I've always been a bit rah-rah. I think I was born to be a coach because I've always been rah-rah, you can do it, when I was a university teacher and always telling my students. I mean, you can kind of tell. I mean, I've got a notebook here saying, believe you can. Okay, so the rah-rah stuff is now finally getting an outlet, and I'm gonna make people be the writers they're born to be. That's my tagline, and that's what my mission is. And does anybody else want to ask me anything before I go? And I start doing activities. I'm actually going to give away a lovely notebook. I've got a notebook here, Reach for the Stars. And we're going to give that away for a little prize giveaway in a little bit. I'm a absolute stationery addict. So I had to bring stationery out for prizes of you. Oh, thank you, Michael. Michael Nobbs is my mentor, and he's on this call. Thank you, Michael. You've been so wonderful helping me get this far. I'm really, really, really grateful. This is why I believe in mentors. That's all right. Yeah, sorry. So just saying my friend's dealing with a dog. No, I really believe in mentors because my whole life I've been really fortunate to have mentors. When I was a teenager, I had a pretty rough time, and I had a mentor, and I had two actually. I had a feminist English teacher and a big 7-foot, literally tall, like male English teacher, and they made me Young Poet of the Year when I was 17. And then I went to university, and I had Lisa Jardine, who was like one of the most she died last year sadly, but she's one of the foremost academics and feminists of her generation, and she was my sort of mentor then. And then I've had people like Jackie Lofthouse and Michael to be behind me, so I know all about the value of coaching and mentoring, and that's why I want to give back. I remember a Buddhist teacher saying to me years ago, Sharon, when you're on, he was talking about spiritual path, but he said, basically if you're on it's like being on a path. If someone's slightly ahead of you, they can shout back and say, look, there's that big rock there, don't trip over it, or don't slide over that mud, but there's a really good view around that corner. And that's my job. That's my job. I'm not really much ahead of most writers. Some of them are really more polished than me, but sometimes we can have a little bit of objectivity and stand outside things. Oh yeah, it's what I want to do. I want to help people do the thing that makes them happy. Martha Beck talks a lot about joy in her work and how we have an internal GPS which can guide us to what we're meant to do in our life. And it's basically the hot tracks are joy, things that give us joy. So people who love to write, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Julia Cameron, who wrote The Artist's Way and is a big creativity kind of expert, says, the thing you really want to do is the thing you're really meant to do. And I totally believe that. So, yeah, absolutely. I want to make people happy. I want people to follow their joy, their bliss, whatever it is. to as far as that go. It doesn't have to be they become best-selling. Whoa! They become best-selling writers. That might not be some people's goal. It may just be self-publishing for their friends and family, or it may just be sitting down with a journal and it doesn't go to anyone else. I don't really think about external success in that way. I think the success is in the act of writing. Oh, thank you, Catherine. We had our lecturer training, didn't we, Catherine? So hopefully I can speak. But it's just, I feel confident because you're all friends and I know you. And, oh, there's somebody else popping up with some love. I love all these hearts. I wish I could have that all day. Does anybody want to ask anything else before I go? You've all been really, really good at asking questions and being responsive. I was really worried it was going to be like cricket. Shh, 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 tumbleweed. Oh, look, all the loves. I'm very lucky to have a lot of inspiration from people around me, and just to keep doing what I'm doing, to start doing what I'm doing. It feels brave, it feels new, but we have this thing in Martha Beck world. Had no training. Well, I didn't have no training either. I just kind of did it actually about lecturing and now. But in the Martha Beck world, we talk about living it to give it. So I have to be brave if I'm expecting my clients to be brave and take creative risks or social risks. There's going to be a lot of videos. There's going to be a weekly video now, Jane. Yeah. Crying. I'm not crying. No, I'm just a bit hot. Because I've got my mantilla on, trying to be decent. I thought it'd be too much to sort of strip off yet. But no, actually, yeah, there's going to be weekly videos from now on, at least weekly, and a weekly blog and a weekly interview with a writer, stuff like that. So there's lots and lots going to be going on. So you probably all just get really sick of me because because now this is the new me. I've come out as a sort of blabbermouth, and it's going to carry on. Oh, thank you, Becky. It's lovely for you to be here. Take care. I'm so glad that everybody popped in at 6 as well. That was really nice of you to do that when I was going to be live. I'm just so touched. What do I enjoy most about coaching? Sorry, I'm going to have to blow my nose. 1 second. Well, it gave me a chance to think about it. But actually, I didn't really need to think about it. I think the very thing I love most about coaching is getting amazing results for other people. If you can see people thrive, like people on the call, already have said, "I'm sending off my play," or "I've done that." That to me is amazing. I've been really lucky in my career that I've had people go on to be best-selling writers, the ones with the big train posters, and people get big deals and land big agents. But also there's small victories as well when you see people just love what they're doing. I don't really care about the external trappings. Yeah, I'd love it. If someone wants to book a prize, then I want them to get a book a prize. But if they just want to enjoy what they're doing, then that to me is like the greatest gift. I often come off coaching calls and I scream. I'm like so zapped for these people making changes. I get so excited for them. Lisa Jardine taught you too, Becky. How amazing. Small world, small world. Were you at QM? I have to talk to you about that. Yeah, Queen Mary. Yeah, so what a lady, yeah, Lisa was. I'm very lucky to have amazing role models in my lifetime. But yeah, so that's what I love the most. The conga line is coming later. We will have a conga line. I have Black Lace's version, which is absolutely terrible, and including a terrible sexist video, which is almost as sexist as Donald Trump, but I just don't think so. Or a little bit of politics. But basically, yes. We will have a conga line later. Every party I've ever attended or ever had, has a conga line. I was going to do the hokey cokey / hokey pokey for those in North America, but I thought that was pushing a bit too far. I actually taught people once in India the hokey cokey as my cultural contribution. So there you go. Okay, say goodnight, kiss the boys goodnight for me, Catherine. Take care. Lovely to see you. Thank you for dropping in and giving me your good news. That was wonderful. That really made my day. It makes me feel that things are worthwhile. when you get results. And I know this is the same for all coaches. I'm sure Susan would tell you the same. It's just the most touching thing to see people change and be freed. I mean, often we're carrying around the same limiting beliefs we've been, bye-bye. The same limiting beliefs and stories we've been carrying our entire lives, you know, and usually it comes down to underneath it all, I'm not good enough. So a lot of writers are, I'm not good enough. And I have this whole bell curve theory that the more talented you are, the more full of insecurity and doubt you are. So a lot of the people I work with think, oh, I'm not good enough, I'll never get published, you know, and get really into a state about it, and then they don't write. And then, of course, if you don't do what you really love, you freeze up. So my job is often to dig down into those beliefs and just free people. I'll try and at least start to be the journey of freeing people from their stories, because that's the thing about it as well, is that writers are wonderful at creating stories, and sometimes that can go against us because we can create very convincing, negative, frightening stories. So so my job is often to deal with the stories writers tell themselves about their work and their talent and their futures. And I really think, as much as it's a tough time in the world, I think there's a lot to play for now in terms of being a writer, because there are so many different ways to approach it and to get your work seen. So it's an exciting time. It's an exciting time as well as an uncertain one. Anybody else want to ask anything? And then I'll just go on now and get on with the party, unless people have anything else they want to ask me. And the big yay. Anything else? Peeps? Lovely peeps. I'm just going to have some water while you think or type. I should be drinking champagne or something, but I've refrained. So I didn't want to be, well, babbling more than usual. Anything else? Okay, I might sign off now then, and I'll get the party started. Yeah? Okie doke. Thanks so much for coming. I'm really happy to see you all. So excited to have you here. Next couple of hours are going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a lot of activities. You can pour now. Yeah, Lily, get the wine open, girl. All of you are celebrating out there. Get the wine open, get the coffee on, get the chocolate out, whatever it is you're gonna do. Because next 2 hours we're gonna be having some fun. We're gonna be playing some games. I'm gonna be giving away a signed copy of my book as well. Welcome to Sharonville. Yeah, which nearly won the Guardian First Book Award, was longlisted. Woo! And after a lot of people told me it wasn't going to be my breakout book and it wasn't going to get published. So this is another reason why I support writers, because we get a lot of mixed feedback and stories put on us as well as from inside. So so basically I'm going to be giving some stuff away. We're going to be doing some games. I'm going to be doing some music. And then, okay, you have to fight for that book then later on. Not wait for you then, Lily, to sign back on. Lily's got her hands on that. Okay, and I'll send it. Whoever wins prizes tonight, I'll post it to wherever you are in the world. No problem with that. And I hope you have fun tonight. Drop in and out as you want. Ask me questions. Do whatever you want. And I'll be back on about 7:45, 10 to 8, to say goodnight to you all and to see how we've gone. I'm just absolutely stoked to see people here tonight. Thank you so much. Or lunchtime, and if you're in the States, you're taking time out of your day. Absolutely just so touched. Thank you so much. I'm so happy tonight. As you can probably tell, I'm kind of manically grilling. Yeah, it's nice when you have a dream. Okay, right. Unless anyone has anything to say before I leave, I shall sign off now and start the festivities going. I feel like a DJ, you know, kind of I need sort of big glasses or something. Okay, right. I'm gonna come off now. Have fun, and I'll see you soon. See you soon. Thank you for joining me. Love you all. Bye.